Friends, we all face moments of uncertainty, times when fear threatens to overwhelm us. The good book reminds us that even in the darkest valleys, there is a light, a source of strength and hope that never fades. The Psalms are filled with verses that speak to the deepest needs of the human heart, offering comfort and reassurance when we need it most. These aren't just words on a page, but powerful declarations of faith that can shift our perspective and bring peace to our troubled souls. So, if you're facing a crisis today, let these words wash over you. Here are 10 Psalms for emergencies to guide you towards His peace. Psalm 23 verse 4 tells us, "Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." Life can feel like a dark valley sometimes, can't it? Shadows of fear and doubt can cloud our vision. But this verse is a beacon of hope. It reminds us that even when we can't see the path ahead, God is right there beside us. He's walking with us every step of the way, offering comfort, guidance, and protection. So, when you find yourself in that valley, remember His promise. Let His presence be your comfort, His love be your guide, and His strength be your shield. Let's turn to Psalm 46, verse 1. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Isn't that beautiful? No matter what storms rage around us, we have a God who is a safe haven, a source of unwavering strength. He's not just present when things are good, but an ever-present help in times of trouble. When anxieties weigh us down, we can run to Him. He is our refuge, a shelter from the storm. So, no matter what you're facing today, remember this. You have a God who is always with you, ready to offer His strength and comfort. He is your ever-present help, and He will see you through. Psalm 91 verse 2 tells us, "I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust." It's a declaration of faith that says, no matter what life throws my way, I know where my security lies. In Him. He is our refuge, a place of safety and protection. He is our fortress, a stronghold that cannot be shaken. When we put our trust in Him, we are choosing to dwell in His presence, to find our security in His unwavering love and faithfulness. Storms will come, challenges will arise, but when we have made the Lord our refuge and fortress, we can face those storms with confidence. So, let us declare with boldness, "The Lord is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust." Let that truth bring you peace, knowing that you are safe and secure in His loving care. Chapter 4. Lifting our eyes. When we're in the midst of a crisis, it's easy to get bogged down by our circumstances. But Psalm 121 verses 1 and 2 remind us, "I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth." These verses call us to shift our perspective, to lift our eyes from our problems and fix them on the one who is bigger than any problem we could ever face. The mountains remind us of the greatness of our God. He who created those towering peaks, who set the stars in place, He is the source of our help. He is not limited by our circumstances. So, when you feel overwhelmed, remember to lift your eyes. Your help comes from the Lord, and He is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine. Chapter 5. The cry of the righteous. There is such power in prayer. Psalm 34 verse 17 reminds us, "The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles." When we cry out to the Lord, it's not a sign of weakness, but a testament to our faith. And the beautiful thing is, He promises to hear our cries. He is a God who is attentive to our prayers, who leans in to listen to the deepest desires of our hearts. He doesn't turn a deaf ear to our pleas for help, but He promises to deliver us from our troubles. So don't be afraid to cry out to him, to pour out your heart to him. He is faithful and he will answer. Chapter 6. A promise to remember. When troubles come, it's easy to feel alone and afraid. But in Psalm 50, verse 15, God gives us a powerful promise. Call on me in the day of trouble. I will deliver you, and you will honor me. He doesn't say if trouble comes. He says when it comes. He knows we'll face challenges in this life, but he doesn't leave us to face them alone. He extends this incredible invitation. Call on me. And when we do, he promises to deliver us. He may not always remove the problem, but he will always provide a way through it. So remember this promise. Call on him, and he will answer. Chapter 7. Casting our cares. Worry, anxiety, fear. These are burdens we were never meant to carry alone. Psalm 55, verse 22 encourages us. Cast your cares on the Lord, and he will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken. Imagine handing over all your worries, your anxieties, your fears to God. That's what he invites us to do, to cast our cares on him. He doesn't want us to be weighed down by the pressures of this world. And when we surrender our burdens to him, trusting in his love and faithfulness, he promises to sustain us. So, let's choose to cast our cares on him, knowing that he is faithful and will never let us be shaken. Chapter 8. From pressure to peace. Have you ever felt like you were being squeezed from every side, like the pressure was just too much to bear? Psalm 118, verses 5 to 6, paints a vivid picture. When hard pressed, I cried to the Lord. He brought me into a spacious place. The Lord is with me. I will not be afraid. The psalmist describes feeling hard-pressed, surrounded, with nowhere to turn. But even in that moment of desperation, he remembers to call on the Lord. And what happens? God doesn't leave him stranded in that cramped, suffocating place. He brings him into a spacious place, a place of freedom and peace. When we feel trapped by our circumstances, when the pressure seems unbearable, he can create space for us. He can bring peace to our troubled hearts. Chapter 9. Whom shall I fear? Psalm 27, verse 1, poses a powerful question. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When we truly grasp the magnitude of God's love and power, fear loses its grip on us. If God is for us, who can be against us? He is our light, illuminating the path ahead, dispelling the darkness of doubt and uncertainty. He is our salvation, the one who rescues us from danger and sets our feet on solid ground. With him as our defender, our protector, our guide, we have nothing to fear. Chapter 10. Pour out your hearts. Our final psalm, Psalm 62, verse 8, offers both a command and an encouragement. Trust in him at all times, you people. Pour out your hearts to him, for God is our refuge. Trusting in God isn't a passive activity. It's an active choice we make every single day to place our confidence, our hope, our very lives in his hands. And when we trust in him, we can't help but pour out our hearts to him. He is our refuge, our safe haven, the one place where we can always find love, acceptance, and grace. So, let us make the choice today to trust in him wholeheartedly, to pour out our hearts to him without reservation, and to find rest and refuge in his loving embrace. Outro. Finding strength in his word. Friends, the Psalms are filled with verses that speak directly to the human experience, offering comfort, guidance, and strength for every season of life. These 10 verses are just a starting point, a glimpse into the treasure trove of wisdom and encouragement found within the pages of Scripture. In times of crisis, remember these words. Meditate on them, memorize them. Let them become the anchor for your soul. Let them remind you of the unwavering faithfulness of God and the depth of His love for you. Remember, in any emergency, these verses can be a source of strength and comfort. Keep them close to your heart and let them guide you through tough times.